Bro, you ever feel like you're lost and just aiming through life without any sense, purpose, or direction? Like you're stuck in this endless loop of mediocrity. You're not alone. So many young men are trapped in the cycle of feeling lost without any direction. But today we're going to break that cycle. Today we're diving deep into finding your purpose in 3 steps. The first one, self-discovery. Finding out who you are. First of all, bro, you need to understand yourself. Who are you beneath all this societal expectation and noise? What makes you tick? What are your passions and your poisons? As the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates said, know thyself. Self-awareness is the foundation of any personal growth. Start by reflecting on your past experiences. What moments made you feel truly alive? What activities made you lose track of time? These are clues to your authentic self. Research your experiences, absorb what is useful and discard what is not. Finally, add what is uniquely your own. Also consider your values. What principles do you stand by? Because understanding your core values will give you direction and guide your decisions and actions. Am I telling you, do what you want to do? Don't see that as an excuse to do hedonistic stuff and do whatever you want. You might like drugs and have a burning desire to smoke weed with your friends, but that's probably not what God created you for. So what are the actionable steps you will take? All these guys say the sugar-coated stuff like, after school, go around the world and discover yourself. But that's an absolute lie. The only thing you will really discover is how to book a hotel and bang a 5 out of 10 Latina. Do the stuff where you actually discover yourself.
A reply from Khabib that's like, I take people into deep waters and they discover themselves.
These fighters have learned more about themselves in a fight not longer than a handful of minutes than any person would ever do with some feel-good garbage. But there are also a couple of ways to do it by yourself. Get into a dark room, no distractions, shut off your phone, shut off the TV, no social media, no Spotify, and figure yourself out by being confronted with your own mind and thoughts. You will know more about who you are by staring onto a wall for 30 minutes straight without doing anything else, disregarding the fact that most people wouldn't even be able to do that probably. You can meditate as well. So stretching. The martial art of yoga is unique, and that the only opponent you face is yourself. But what is a faster way to discover who you truly are, other than meditating for 24 hours straight? For most people it would be running a long distance that they themselves wouldn't even think they would be able to reach. David Goggins said after completing his very first ultramarathon, he lived multiple lives in just one run. Just imagine all the life experience he collected after that.
That is proof, motherfucker. So whenever you think you can't, confidence comes from the thing that you built. You must build belief. You must build confidence. It can't be like, hey, I'm gonna go knock that shit out.
Or one more extreme example. If you went outside right now and went to the nearest train station and were looking for some people who look really aggressive, and if you then start a fight with them, where you would fight for your life, being scared that you're going to be unalived, then you will know what you are made of. I don't want to motivate you to get stabbed, but what do all these things have in common? They are rough, exhausting, scary, they want to make you quit, they want to make you give up. But that's the worst thing anybody could ever do. Never give up.
Never, ever give up.
Because once you are really convinced you will not quit, your mind and body will adapt. That's, by the way, when you have the clarity in your thoughts once you're finished. And having this personal battle with yourself, and having conquered your brain that's constantly fighting against your destiny, you will have everything laid out. Every question you ever had is going to be answered. Every problem you ever faced is going to be as clear as ever. Like in a metamorphosis, you will reach a next level of consciousness. Nearly like Friedrich Nietzsche's Übermensch. Remember, bro, this isn't a one-time exercise. Self-discovery is an ongoing journey. Keep questioning and keep exploring. Envision your dream life. Now that you have a better understanding of yourself, dream big. What does your ideal dream life look like? Where do you live? What do you do for work? And what people are you surrounding yourself with? But don't live someone else's dream life. What I don't mean is live someone else's dream life in the sense of working for him. What you will hear now is probably something you never heard anywhere else. Since the day you were born, everything was planned out for you. By teachers, by your parents, by the people around you, by the media, by the society. You were indoctrinated to go to school, and go to college, study, get a degree, get a job, work for 40 years, give 30% of your income away to the same people who exploit you every day in, day out, just to survive. And then when you barely can't even walk anymore, you will be able to enjoy the fruit of your hard labor, kind of. That basically means that you can buy an average car and maybe, if you are lucky, buy a flat in the countryside. Okay, and instead, we all heard an Andrew Tate, for example, say, get rich, get 15 women, gamble, buy cars, buy houses, be cool, be masculine. We all, for example, heard an Andrew Tate say,
well, what color's your Bugatti?
And so on. But that's not what you are supposed to do either. With these engaging short-form videos of him, many people have fallen in love with this lifestyle. Probably you as well. You probably too think that's what you need to base your life around. Materialism. Of course, that's not the only thing he preaches. But the playboy, moneyboy lifestyle is what gets the young people attracted to him. And most of them just listen to some of his words and then believe into it. without questioning anything of it. Find about your dream life. Neither the dream life of the imprisoned in your social circle, nor the dream life of the people who are shouting at you through a screen for a living. So here's what to do. I'm going to ask you 7 questions and you'll have to answer them as quickly as possible. Firstly, what are your 5 basic values in life? Like discipline, honesty, family. Secondly, what are your 3 most important goals in life right now? Thirdly, what would you do differently if you found out today that you would have only 6 more months to live? Fourth, if you became a millionaire right now, what would you do differently compared to what you're doing now? Fifth, what were you always wanting to do but never dared to do it because you were too afraid? Sixth, what activities give you the greatest feeling of importance in your life? Now the last and most important question of them all. What would you dare to dream if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you dare to dream if you knew you could not fail? Now that you have all these answers, you have everything you need to figure out what your dream life is. But eventually, as you get on in life, these questions will get clearer and clearer. Doing everything to achieve it. Alright bro, you discovered who you are, you've envisioned your dream life. Now comes the part that many people see as difficult even though it isn't, taking action. This is where most people fail. They have the dreams, but they don't have the discipline to pursue them. Don't be like them. Visualization is a powerful tool. Like Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can believe and conceive can achieve. Create a vision board. Gather images, quotes and symbols that represent your dream life. Put them on your wall or put it as your phone lock screen. Anything to make sure your subconscious mind starts to believe in it and resonates with it. Don't just stop at vision boards. Write down your goals in detail. Be specific. Instead of saying I want to be rich, write down detailed what you want to do, how you're going to do it, and most importantly do it in the present tense, how that your mind aligns with it. Another exercise is look at the back of your hand. Recognize the color, remember the veins, then close your eyes and visualize your hand grabbing the steering wheel of your brand new Bugatti Chiron Super Sport Matte Black, detailed on your driveway, your new dream house, with the woman next to you who you always imagined with, or man, no judging, or whatever it is you personally aim for. Visualization and manifestation are real, they work. That's why the most competent and successful people in the world all believe in it. Another thing, break down your goals into small steps. Create a plan, set a deadline, hold yourself accountable. Remember, discipline trumps over motivation. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline will carry you through the hard times. And if you're going through hell, don't stop. Please, keep on going, you're probably nearly there. And don't be afraid to fail. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's just part of the journey. If you do a mistake, don't recognize it as such, but instead recognize it as a lecture. Okay, what do we learn from that? Finding your purpose isn't a passive process. It requires introspection, visualization, and relentless action. So take the time to discover who you are, dream unapologetically about your dream life, and then do everything you can to achieve it. Remember bro, the only thing standing between you and your dream life is the action you're unwilling to take right now. Go find your purpose, start working, and take action. Now stop watching.
Stack of proof.
That is proof, motherfucker. So whenever you think
Fick dich.
Well, what color is your vagina?